What's up, everyone? Pritch here, and today we're going to go over the November balance changes. Everything that's going to be hitting us that are currently on the PTR servers that's going to be moving their way onto the regular servers at some point in November. Alright, for our November release, we have done a large tuning pass over all the weapons and upgrades. Our goal for this release was to boost up abilities and weapon trees that we felt were being underutilized, while addressing a few individual overperforming abilities. This patch also fixes many bugs and exploits across various areas of the game that you, the player community, helped us identify. You bet your butt we did. They affected many areas of the game, including perks, duels, attribute threshold bonuses, navigation, wars, outpost rush, and consumables. We think these fixes will help improve the flow and consistency of combat while providing a better overall experience to every game mode. As we work to complete additional combat improvements, we will continue to observe player feedback and experiences to further tune and improve usability and balance for future releases. Below is a comprehensive list of updates that are currently in the PTR that will be in for the November release. This is just the beginning of our adventures in Eternum. The Void Gauntlet. I have literally read this paragraph so many times already, but basically, the Void Gauntlet is an intelligence and focus weapon, and it's got a bunch of cool stuff. And if you want to know more, you can check out my first impressions video on the Void Gauntlet. Next, we have the Consumables. Fixed a bug that allowed the well-fed buff to stack from different tiers and types of food. The most recent instance of the buff will now replace the previous version. This is a great change, thank you. Fixed a bug that prevented weapon coating items from being consumed properly when used. Yeah, this would happen a lot, where you would use like a honing stone or a coating, and then it's just stayed in your inventory, and you're like, okay, sure. Attribute threshold bonuses. Reduced the damage reduction provided by the 250 Constitution bonus from 80% to 60%. This only affects the first time you're getting hit, though, so is it really like that big of a... I don't know. I don't think that's going to do too much of anything. I also think that it was fine as is. I don't know. Fixed a bug that caused the 250 Constitution bonus cooldown to trigger on a blocked hit. Fixed a bug that prevented players from dodge canceling out of attacks during an abilities recovery window when the 250 strength bonus was active. I don't care about anything else in this entire video game. That's the best thing we're reading all night tonight. The entire night tonight. That's the best thing we're reading. Let's freaking go! For those that don't know, when you had 250 strength bonus, for whatever reason, you were stuck in your animations. There was no get out time. There was you are doing your animations, all right? Which means, as a Great Axe user myself, as a Hatchet user, as a Warhammer user, when I went in, when I engaged, I didn't have the ability to dodge anything, right? I was in there. If I didn't land it first, I was getting wrecked, all right? This is beautiful. Thank you. Just let me effing use my dodges, man. But for those wondering, the end animation on Reap and Maelstrom, and I would argue Gravity Well, it's long. Like, it's really long. And Charge, it's really long. Like, a second minimum, where you just can't move. Being able to dodge out of that is a huge deal. That is a huge deal. Perks. Increased scaling of leeching perks on rings and weapons from 0.05 to 1.5 damage converted to health on hit to 1 to 5% damage. What? Basically, let me just read that like a normal human being. Increase the scaling of leeching perks on rings and weapons. Instead of maxing at 1.5% damage converted to health, it maxes at 5%. Do leeching perks, can those combine? Can you scale multiple leeching perks on different items together? Like if I have leeching on a ring, and in both my weapon, do I get 10% convert? That's huge. That's freaking awesome. Fixed a bug that allowed chain element perks to damage invulnerable characters. Fixed a bug that allowed chain element perks to strike down or dead targets. Fixed a bug that allowed the corrupted Bane perk to scale higher than other Bane perks. Fixed a bug that caused oh my goodness. I've been reading for over 3 hours. Fixed a bug that caused chain elemental perks to trigger from the initial impact of the Great Axe Gravity Well skill. I was very curious if they were going to ever fix that. Thank you. Fixed a bug that caused the Hardy perk. Fixed a bug that caused the Hardy perk was incorrectly giving a bonus to strike damage. Increased the efficiency of the Freedom, Vigor, Invigorate debuff reduction perks from basically 5% to 8% based on gear score. Oh, man. Increase the effectiveness of poisoning, bloodletting, burning, crippling, enfeebling, and infected effect duration ring perks from maxing at 7% to maxing at 15%. That's not bad, actually. A 15% bonus to durations? I mean, that's a solid second for a decent amount of these. You know, that's actually pretty good. Equip load. Increased healing bonus on light equip to 30% from 20%. And increased healing bonus from medium equip to 15%. Interesting. So, what does this mean? Everything in the game gets a 20% nerf to healing. If they ever actually implement that correctly. We'll see. In theory, what that means is a paladin who is a heavy armor life staff user is operating at 80% efficiency. What this means now for a medium armor user is you are operating at 95% efficiency. What this means for a light armor user is that your heals are operating at a 110% efficiency. That's a 30% difference. That's something. You know, we're getting on the right track of trying to really push players towards that light armor healer build. All right. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, they go through every single weapon change. The good news for you guys is we're not putting that all in one video. I have recorded going over each of the individual forum posts for each and every weapon. I highly recommend checking those out. Those are going to be much shorter YouTube videos just highlighting those specific weapons, so you can check out the ones that you care about most. The biggest ones, in my opinion, are going to be Rapier and Ice Gauntlet. I think those two, personally, I think are getting some big changes to them that I think are going to be very impactful. Not to, like, all the other ones are still getting changes. I think I would highlight those two. All right, so we're going to skip literally, oh my goodness. We're going to skip literally all of the weapon stuff and come straight down to duels. Fixed a player's dueling to avoid durability damage while gathering by preventing gathering while in duels. That's super interesting. I didn't know that was even a problem. War. Structures are now immune to buffs and debuffs that logically wouldn't affect the siege weapon and deployable structures. Are you telling me that I can't make my turret bleed? What? That was the best part of turrets, is I could make them bleed. Everybody knows that turrets are made with blood. It's common knowledge. That's like preschool level here. Are you smarter than a 6th grader? That's like a 2nd grade level question. Disabled player collision on Inferno traps due to players occasionally getting stuck on them. Thank you. You get stuck a lot on them. I'm not even kidding you. Made it so players, that's actually, by the way, I'm just going to throw that out there. I actually think that's a huge war thing that players should be very aware of now, is that they're not going to, you're not going to get caught on them. Made it so players can't deal damage to other players with weapon abilities through Fort Gate and War Camp gates. So, I love this. My big question. Can you still hurt people using a musket or bow or fire staff or ice gauntlet or whatever ranged thing? Can you still hit people from inside the war camp? Does that make sense? If I'm inside the war camp, but not trying to shoot through a door, if I have line of sight, can I still hit people? My assumption is yes. My assumption is this is only affecting things that are trying to literally go through the gates. Outpost Rush reduced the power of Battle Bread from 15% damage and defense to 5% damage and defense. I'm actually okay with this. I actually think it did need nerfed. 15 is insane. I don't know if I think like 7%, maybe 7 or 8% would be my personal preference for making it kind of viable. 5%, like, yes, it's helpful. Don't get me wrong, but like, is it helpful enough that I'm going to go out of my way to go kill a mob when I just want to be lazy and kill people with my friends? You know, I think, you know what? Let's be honest. The bigger problem here isn't the buff duration or anything like that. It's just that I'm lazy and I want to hang out with my friends and go kill people. That's what it really is, actually. So ignore me. Just ignore me. Reduced the damage reduction on the Baroness buff from 25% to 15%. Basically, after you killed Baron, you couldn't die. This is gonna help with that. You ever seen a freaking Sword and Shield life staff user with a Baron buff? They don't die. Like, it's insane. Reduced the damage and defense on the Commander tent from... Okay, geez. All right, so it used to be 5, then 7.5, then 15%. It is now getting changed to 3%, 6%, 9% on the upgrades. Whew. Notable bug fixes. Backstab. Fixed a bug that would cause backstab to trigger when attacking players from the front. I'm almost positive that backstab... Oh, balls. Was backstab the rapier perk? Is backstab the one on Fletch where you would like get the increased damage on back hitting or something after using Fletch? Or is backstab the sword and shield lungy attack? No, that's leaping strike. Backstab might be the perk, or might be the upgrade on leaping strike that applied slow, right? Can somebody fact check me and just let me know which one backstab is? Either way, the bug's fixed. On block. Fixed a bug that caused some weapon mastery passives that state they trigger on block to trigger against unblockable attacks. Interesting. Didn't know about that either. Cooldown timers. Fixed an issue where various passives and perks cooldown timers were being removed when swapping weapons or unequipping gear. So, I am actually super... Oh, is that just what they call any normal attack from behind? Am I overthinking this way too much? Oh my gosh, thank you, Quirky. So basically, people were getting back crit without getting hit in the back. Got it. I way overthought that. Jeez. Okay. Cooldown timers. Yeah, I'm just like super curious out of curiosity. Is there a upgrade called backstab on any weapon? Or am I crazy? So this cooldown timers issue is actually something that's currently affecting Void Gauntlet in the PTR right now, where you can weapon swap and your cooldowns basically get reset, which causes some big problems in terms of being able to spam some abilities. And I am very interested to see if they actually fix it in the PTR stuff, because this is still occurring in PTR. Navigation updates. Wow, there is a lot going on in this one. Made several improvements to smooth out general navigation and fix various animation bugs. Fixed an issue where attacking while sliding can cause... You can slide? Can cause character to get stuck in unnatural slide animation. Is sliding just dolphining? Dolphining? Yeah, dolphining. Oh, Jesus, I can't even. Monkey, that's what I was saying. I don't know if it's a weapon ability. Fixed an issue where jumps cancel AoE aiming on some abilities. Fixed an issue where traversing with auto run and auto traverse had a slight movement pause. That would be great. Thank you. Fixed an issue where player animation appears to stutter when transitioning to sprint finishes. Dude, this happens all the time if you charge on Great Axe and then you weapon stow, you stutter so hard like you got hit with a freaking ice shower, man. Oh my gosh. Fix an issue where sprinting, jump, landing noticeably slowed player. Fixed an issue where shield may fail to sheath properly after queuing certain actions. Fixed an issue where weapon swapping while gathering will cause the player to not have the correct weapon equipped and perform attack animations properly. Fixed an issue where players can become soft locked if they block while running and try to crouch. I don't know what soft lock is. Fixed an issue where drinking a consumable while doing any gather would breaks the player's consuming animation. Fixed an issue where camera moves along with crouching prone actions if player uses those buttons while harvesting or skinning. Fixed an issue while with spamming prone and getting weapon sheath out of sync. Fixed an issue, fixed a player movement issues when attempting to place a camp while in air. Fixed an issue while allowing players to bypass collision when taking weapons out in prone. Fixed an issue where animation stutter occurs when running after executing multiple attacks with some weapons. Like charge. I wouldn't even say multiple attacks. You just like dash, like charge. Fixed an issue where player is able to clip through outcropping collision by using certain abilities while prone. Updated vault camera to smooth motion. Updated jump in place to allow translation while in air. That's kind of cool. I think that means you can move your character's direction in the air, right? I hope that's what it means. That's going to feel way more fluid. Fixed an issue where players rotation incorrectly. Hold on. Fixed an issue where players rotation incorrectly when entering sprint from moving backwards and sprinting from shield rush. Fixed an issue where auto run would not terminate when attempting to place a camp. Jumping and traversal are now disabled when navigation is displayed, e.g. when you're rooted. Fixed a player using strength to scale unarmed attacks after prone and jump spam. Fixed an issue where players would sometimes become unable to execute heavy attacks out of prone position when a magic weapon was equipped. Yeah, Monkey, I was probably thinking of Rogue. Ladies and gentlemen, that is everything going on in the November balance patches. Again, there are a lot of weapon changes. I highly recommend checking out each and every one of those videos on YouTube. Again, they're going to be short, sweet, to the point. Same as always, me going over it, letting you know my thoughts, my opinions, and how I think it's going to impact the game in general. There are quite a few weapon changes going on. I'm just letting you guys know right now. It looks like they're going after a lot of perks and changing a lot of perks. So frankly, what this means is we might have some new best in slots for some builds, frankly, right? Like, what if we have double leeching, 10% leeching on a Great Axe Hatchet? That seems pretty strong. That seems really good. As well, and at least for me, another huge one is going to be the increased duration on all the debuffs. Like, that's going to be pretty freaking big. Man, that's wild. So all that to say, hands down, the most fun, excited thing I am looking forward to is the 250 strength thing getting going away. I will be able to dodge cancel. I will be able to actually use reactions to time my dodges, even if I have used an ability. Hallelujah. I don't have to sit there for 2 hours waiting, sitting, contemplating life. All right. I cannot begin to stress to you how much I'm excited for that. I would love to know, guys, in the comments. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite thing. What are you guys most looking forward to? What are you hoping they maybe do in the future and want to see in future balance changes? As always, guys, I love you. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.